it golden. It's your girl, Golden, and boy oh boy has it been one long week. I missed you all and I hope you guys certainly missed me. So let's get into a little business. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so you can know when I upload my videos. Videos are uploaded once weekly every Thursday, and like I said, it has been one long week. So as you saw in the description, today's video is about a Cavitation machine, and this is something that I bought a little while ago. I just have not utilized it. Number one, because I don't have time and it's a time consuming machine, and number two, it's like one of those things that I bought and I just never put in the effort into it. Okay, I'm good for that. Ask a lot of people, I'm pretty good for it. So nevertheless, I'm bringing it to the channel so we could discuss this machine, and I'm also going to give you one-day results of me using it. So I'm going to basically show you guys before pictures and after pictures of using this machine, directly correlated to me making this video today. So what I have under this beautiful cover here is the 5-in-1 Ultrasonic Cavitation Vacuum RF Body Slimming Skin Lifting Body Machine. Say it again. The 5-in-1 Ultrasonic Cavitation Vacuum RF Body Slimming Skin Lifting Beauty Machine. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's something that I need in my life. I mean, we're 5 steps away from getting on somebody's operation table, so why not try it at home? Okay, nevertheless, let's get back to business. So, I'm going to reveal the beautiful product. It's so beautiful, you guys. Oh my goodness. No, I'm just playing. But no, seriously, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So let me tell you. So basically how I came about buying this machine, right? I went to this lady and I think I paid her like $100 to get a session, right? So I got a session for my mid area, and I also got a session done for my legs, and this was probably like a year or so ago. It's been a while, but I went and got a session from her, and I was like, okay, you know, I'll come and get this done. She was like, you're gonna need about 3 to 4 sessions. She gave me the rundown, and I was like, okay, cool. In my head, I'm like, if I'm doing $100 a session, 3 to 4 sessions, that's what, $300 to $400, not including anything extra that I may want to get from the lady. So as I'm laying there getting this procedure done, now I will say my machine is missing the pads. I didn't get the machine that has the pads, which I'm sure you guys have probably seen in some of the Cavitation videos. I call myself being a little cheap. I'm like, I don't need the pads, I can just put in the work. But nevertheless, same machine that the lady had, same brand and everything, right? When I got this machine, I got it for about $500. You can find this machine now, if you look on Amazon, you look at these other places, for about $300, maybe a little cheaper. I think that's pretty reasonable for what these places are charging for these sessions, because you're gonna need multiple sessions, okay? So basically, that's what prompted me getting this machine. I'm like, hey, if I can give her the money to do my sessions, why don't I buy my own machine, do my own sessions, and then I can continuously have it and continuously look good. Now, did I do that? No, I didn't use it. But we gonna use it now. We gonna use it today, and we gonna continue to use it because, you know, I gotta get this body together. Because if y'all didn't know, your girl is engaged now, and I'm not about to be in a wedding dress looking fucked up. We just not gonna do that. I'll be on somebody's table before that happens. But anywho, let's get into it. So this machine, right, basically what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to melt your fat cells away and use your body's natural lymphatic system to drain out the fat. So it's important that when you're using this machine that you stay away from things such as fatty foods, liquor, sugar. You want to help aid the body in excreting those fat cells through the lymphatic system by increasing your exercise. That's going to help you sweat. You want to make sure that you're using the bathroom, so like defecating, you might want to, you know, take a little something that's going to get your stomach going. It's going to help you also excrete those fat cells. But you want to make sure that you're also drinking a lot of water. That's very important because it's going to also help your body naturally flush out the system. So like those are the 3 things that I would recommend you do if you do buy one of these machines and you use it on yourself. But they're also going to recommend you to do that when you go and get it done at these businesses. So I'm basically just relaying the same information if you kind of want the same results. Okay? So let's talk about it. So in front of me, I have the manual. So when you get this machine, it does not come with the manual, but it is going to give you a website to go on and download the manual. So I have the manual in front of me here. I actually printed it out. That is what this little front page is. It's going to kind of look like this when you get it. And I'm just going to read a few different things from the manual. We're going to turn it on and everything. It's going to get live. It's going to be so beautiful. Okay. So let's get back to the description, okay? What should this machine do? This machine should dissolve fat. And like I said, it's going to drain out through your lymphatic system. It has the capabilities to firm your skin and enhance skin elasticity. So this is good for your full body. You can use it on your face, which is why you have the smaller attachments here. You can also use it for your trunk. You can use it for your legs. And honey, best believe I'm going to use it for my trunk, for my legs, and I might hit my arms. I'm not too keen on my face, but yeah, that's neither here or there. What are some features of this machine? You have painless treatment. So this is a painless way to melt away some of that fat, kind of get your body a little more contoured. There is no downtime. You're just basically going in. It's ultrasonic, so you don't even feel it. What you may hear with this machine and when you go to get the procedure done is a slight ringing in your ear, which is fine. That's just the ultrasounds and you can hear it from on the inside. No pain whatsoever though. It also gives you the opportunity to target select areas. So if you only want to do the midsection, you can only do the midsection. If you only want to do the legs, you can only do the legs. If you want to be like me and do your full body, you can do your full body. Okay? It gives you that capability as long as you have time. Because it does take a little time to work those areas. But it's worth it. Well, is it worth it? We're going to find that out. Okay? So the entire process, like I said, is completed. You don't need to be asleep. You don't need any anesthesia. You don't need any pain medications. You just need your time. Okay. And what I find interesting here is that it says the results should be pretty obvious after the first use. Interesting. So I'm interested to show this to you guys, but I'm not excited about showing you my stomach fat because it's not cute. Not cute, but I'll show y'all because I want to be honest about my video about this machine. Okay, so functions. We confirm the arms, legs, thighs, buttock, waist, back, abdominal muscles, reshape the body figure, improve and treat that orange peel skin. That's their cellulite. I got a little bit of that too, so best believe I will be using this back there. I'm not going to bring that to my channel, but it will be used back there. Okay. So there is a lot that you can do with this machine, okay? So let's get it turned on and let's look at some of the functions. And we're also going to look at the head pieces that it came with. So as you can see, it's not a very loud machine. It's rather quiet, so it shouldn't really disturb anybody if you're using it in the house, okay? So what we have here is the different, so all of these buttons, they correlate with the different heads. And this button here is actually for start and stop. So once you see when I press this button here, the time is paused. When I press this button here, it is on. It is working. Okay? There is also, as you can see, you can adjust the time up and down. So this will help you determine how long your treatment lasts without you having to specifically time it. And then we have these two buttons here. These two buttons here are focused on the energy. So the energy, it goes from 1 to 9. So you can increase how strong of an ultrasonic vibration that you're getting. Me personally, this being my first time using it, I'm probably going to go for about 6. I don't want to go too high, but I don't want to go too low because I'm not exactly sure what works for my body just yet. And so this button here is for mode. 2 modes, mode A and mode B. So mode A is continuously working for 3 seconds and discontinuation for 2 seconds. So it's going to cut on and off when it's doing the vibrations or when it's doing the vacuuming. Mode B is continuously working for 4 seconds and discontinuation for 3 seconds. That's mode A and B. And it's a very simple machine. You literally have these 5 buttons to determine which head you're using. You have your time clock here. You can adjust the time up and down. You have your energy levels to determine what energy you want the ultrasonic vibration to be at. And then you also have the mode A and B. Settings are something that you would work out and see what works for you. and what works for if you're going to do this on your client. How they do that, I'm not sure, because I wasn't asked any specific questions when I went, but then again, I didn't go to a real fancy place, so it is what it is. Okay, so let's talk about the attachments or the heads. So this head essentially is the vacuum head. It has a hole in the middle, and that's where the vacuum suction comes from. On the outside, the two little gray silver areas, whatever you want to call it, that still gives you the capability of burning those fat cells. So that still gives you the captivation. Now, this is pretty good for using, in my opinion, on your legs, on your buttocks, because it's going to help promote decreasing of cellulite if you have it, because the vacuum is going to basically pull the skin and release the skin. It's going to promote circulation, blood return to that area, and also decomposing of the fat cells. So I'm just going to demonstrate, because this is the only one really where you can see a demonstration, what this is like. So once you select the head, it's going to ask you vacuum, and then it's going to ask you release. So you can basically pick those settings, right? And then you want to press start. Now you can hear that it is sucking in and out. And if I put my hand here, there is a pull. See? And so that's what it's going to do on your skin. Now, another important thing is that when you're using all of these attachments on the body, you definitely have to have a lubrication or a gel in between. So I would recommend that you get you some ultrasound transmission gel. It's cheap. You can get it from Amazon. You get a big ass bottle, and I think it's gonna work great. Okay, it's gonna keep you want to keep it moving freely. Okay, you don't want it to be a lot of tugging or you getting stuck in one spot. It should be very fluid motions when you're doing this procedure on yourself. Okay. So then after that, we have the multipolar head. This head is basically gonna create heat. Now, you would do these, so this one, this one, this one. This would all come after you use this head here. Now, this is the 40K Ultrasonic. This is the actual fat busting head, okay? So this is the one that when you put this to your body, you're going to hear the ringing from the ultrasounds, okay? So after you do your full treatment with this head, you want to go behind it with this. And that's because this is basically going to help tighten and firm the skin as well. This head, and the very little one here, they all do the same thing. Just different areas, right? This one is smaller, it's for the face. Bigger is for bigger parts of the body. Okay, so let's talk quickly about motion, right? And I'm actually going to show you in a video me doing this on myself. It gives me demonstrations of what motions to use for certain areas. So like today, I'm going to focus on midsection for you all. So for the abdominal area, there's a couple motions that you want to do. And the reason why you want to do the motions in this direction is because it's helping to aid in pushing the melted fat towards the areas where it should drain through the lymphatic system. That's essentially why you want to move it in certain directions and why it's important to do so, because it's going to help your results. Okay? So for instance, if you want to just go clockwise around the navel, that's going to help with peristalsis. And that's going to help get your intestines going. And like I said, that's going to help getting you going to the bathroom, which is also important, and getting out these melted fat cells. Then you want to do anti-clockwise, so that's the opposite of clockwise. Circles going downward, okay? That's going to help push it towards the lymphatic drainage areas. And then you want to go from the sides and down, right? You want to go in that motion. And then you want to go from the top and downward, okay? And that's all just to help the fat cells that are being heated up, busted, being pushed towards the areas where they should be drained from. And like I said, you want to be sure that you're drinking a lot of water. Don't drink any alcohol. Don't have any sugary foods, any bad foods. Eat clean and exercise. It's going to help increase the results and increase the draining of those fat cells. And you want to make sure that you're doing this more than, I would say, twice a week, right? You want to do it about twice a week for maybe about a week or two, and then you can do maintenance. But you just want to kind of stay a little consistent for a little bit till you get the desired results that you want. Now, Important. It also says there are some people who should not use this machine, and this is why I'm not taking the liability to use this machine on anybody else, because I school for this. I didn't go to school for captivation. I didn't go to school for this machine. I'm not using this machine on anybody else. I bought this for me. I can take my own risk, but I'm not gonna have you come into my household, use this machine, and claim something bad happened to you. I'm just not. The way the world is, I'm just not, and that's not why I bought it. Okay, I bought this for myself. But people who shouldn't use this machine, it says don't use it in pregnant women or women who are on their period. Don't use it in people who are epileptic. Don't use it in patients who have a history of malignancy, such as cancer. Don't use it in patients who wound after operation have not healed up. Now, it ain't from this, but I guess they're saying if you had an operation, maybe you had something done and it's not healed, that means that you shouldn't use this machine. You don't want to use it on any area that's acutely inflamed, okay? You don't want to use it on anybody who has heart disease or a pacemaker, okay? You don't want to use it on people who have kidney disease. You don't want to use it on anybody who has an embedded metal object. That could be shoulder replacement, knees replacement. I'm not sure, okay? But I'm a fairly healthy person, so it's safe for me to do things like this. But if you have comorbidities and you have health problems, I would definitely recommend checking with your physician first, because you don't want to just go out here and try all these things, especially these. I'm getting into a tangent, but be careful, you guys, when you're trying these fads and when you're trying all these new supplements and these alternative therapies. It's fine to do, but you should also consult with your physician, okay? It's important. It's important because it may interfere with the medications that you're taking. It's important because they need to know if something happens to you, what you have in your system, right? But that's not part of this video. We'll get into stuff like that at a later video. But don't use this if you have a metal object embedded in your body, okay? So then it also says notice. So we had attention, and then it says notice. It says be sure to use ultrasonic gel. Like I told you guys, you want to make sure you have the gel present and you have enough on to aid in the lubrication and the smooth motion of this machine, okay? You want to avoid knocking the head, so be careful with your machine. I mean, it is expensive. You don't want to treat it like it's a piece of shit, basically. You don't want to treat it like it's not, okay? It says don't stay in one place. Avoid treating over the bones. So for instance, I would not go and do over my rib area, right? That's what it means, treating over bone. You want to go over hollow, more hollow areas, more areas that have more fat, not bone on bone contact, okay? And you don't want to stay in one place. You want to keep a fluid motion. So you don't want to hold it here for 5 minutes, hold it here for 5 minutes, and think you're just melting 5 minutes worth of fat cells. No, you want to keep it consistent and fluent, okay? It also says be careful when cleaning the product. Of course, that's just so you won't get any water damage or anything. And then just to make sure that everything is connected well. Alright. So, let's turn it off for a second. So I'm going to get set up on the couch in the front. And that's where I'm going to do my actual treatment. And I'll bring the camera there for you all to see me doing the actual treatment on myself. In the meantime, I'm going to grab you all some quick before shots. I'll do the treatment and then grab you all some quick after shots. Alright, so I have my machine set for 25 minutes because for the midsection it says you should do 20 to 30 minutes. And then we're going to do probably 15 minutes of the skin tightening afterwards. I have it set on level 7. And for energy, mode B. Mode B means, like I told you earlier in the video, it works for 4 seconds and then it kind of takes a break for 3 seconds. Okay? So I got my ultrasound gel.
Okay guys, so I went ahead and just fast forwarded through this part. Basically, all you're going to be seeing me doing during this whole little section is the 25 minutes of captivation that I was doing. If you look closely, you can tell that I'm following those directions that I told you to use earlier in the video to make sure that I am sending those fat cells towards the correct area to be drained. So I'll go ahead and tune out, you guys, and I'll pop back in a second after I finish this 25 minutes of captivation.
Okay, so that was 25 minutes. Now, I'm gonna go in with this head, with the tightening head. And I'm only gonna do this one for about 15 minutes. Now, remember why I only did this once. Because it makes your goddamn arm hurt. Make sure this is the right head. 15 minutes. Same thing with this one apparently. You can set the energy. That first energy will set on 7. This one I'm going to set on 3. Mode is B. Same thing. Now this one you're not going to hear the ringing. Just going to be a little warm.
Okay, so once again, guys, I went ahead and fast forwarded this part because we don't need to spend a full 15 minutes watching me do this. However, I will say that my arm was tired, I was tired, so I only ended up doing 10 minutes of this, but that's okay. I'm going to pop back in to show you guys the results in just a second. Stay tuned. So here's the before and after picture facing from the front, the before and after picture from the side where you see the most difference. This is the before and after picture in the inches from my waist, and the before and after pictures for the lower abdominal area.
Child, now I remember why I bought this and didn't really use it, because it takes a lot of time and my arm is tired, my arm cramps up, so now I understand. But let's talk about the results. So, physically looking, do I feel like I was able to see a big change, a big difference? I'm going to say no, not really. But measure-wise, I did lose an inch off of that lower midsection, which I did focus a lot on, which you saw during the video. And then my waist, it was half an inch, which I didn't really focus as much on. I did focus more on my lower abdominal area because that is where a lot of the fat is. And I actually did lose an inch. Now, interesting enough, if I was to be consistent with this, make sure I'm drinking my water, exercising, and doing what I should be, would I utilize this? Well, should I utilize this? Yes, most definitely. I think that it's worth the investment. I think that it's worth the money if you're going to do what you're supposed to do. And that's where I'm a little hard-headed. But I did lose 1.5 inches in 25 minutes, which isn't bad. I mean, if you need a quick touch-up because you got a photo shoot, or you need a quick touch-up because you're about to go on vacation, this is definitely the way to go. But it will be a work in progress. So I wouldn't say look for fast, sudden, dramatic results. But there definitely was inches lost. Well, 1.5 inches. So tell me what you guys think about this machine. Tell me if you think that you would buy this machine, if you would buy a similar machine, or do you already have a machine? Are you interested in losing weight? Are you interested in toning? I don't know. This could be good for both of those. You can lose your fat. You can pull those muscles through. You want abs? I want abs. I'm going to do this shit until I got abs. No, I'm just playing. But honestly, seriously, it's going to help me burn fat in the midsection. And we all know that that's a hard area to lose fat in. So remember, like, follow, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think below in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you all. And don't forget, things may not always be perfect, but we're keeping it golden.